So after having watched the 2017 version of it, I definitely got a lot of things to say. With all the opinions currently going on about how good or bad it was when compared to the original source material, the portrayal of Pennywise the Clown by Tim Curry versus Bill Skarsgård, I think it's high time that I weigh in. Promised you guys a video this week, so here it is. Let's start with the good stuff. Easily the best thing about this movie is the performances by the four leading actors. The characters, Billy with the stutter, Richie, comedic relief, Eddie, secondary comedic relief, and Beverly, the girl of the group. All four of them, stellar performances all around. They really actually make you care about them throughout the movie, which in a horror movie is not an easy thing to do. Definitely not common. The acting chops in general, I think Billy did a great job with the whole stuttering thing, very convincing. Richie, great comedic relief, a lot of funny lines. I'll go more into depth later about that in the negative. Eddie, good stuff. I enjoyed his backstory with the whole overprotective mother thing. Beverly, really shining performance as well. One key thing for her was the bathroom scene easily. The whole hair coming out of the sink, her portrayal of fear, her inability to speak, her realization when she sees that her father can't see what she's seeing. Really good stuff, really convincing. Unfortunately, that's where the good things kind of end for me. And let's get into the bad things. The bad things for this movie are definitely somewhat connected to the performance of Bill Skarsgård when it comes to Pennywise the Clown. For the first 15 to 20 minutes, I was actually sucked into the performance. But after that, it just started becoming more of a comedy to me. And I understand with this movie, there's going to be some parts where it kind of dabbles in that line, dancing around of whether you're supposed to laugh or not. However, there were so many parts where I was laughing and I'm feeling like, yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be laughing right now. I'm enjoying this movie for the wrong reasons. And that was definitely a good amount of the last part of the movie. There were just so many scenes where I just wasn't convinced with what was happening in front of me. Bill Skarsgård's performance was just way too over the top. It definitely had this try hard vibe to it where I'm assuming in his head he was just trying to be as unique as possible, but for some reason it came off as just really corny, really cheesy, really kind of just hammy as shit. The CGI didn't really help in this regard either. A lot of the CGI just ranged from okay to just kind of shitty. The highlights for me when it comes to the shitty CGI was easily the little bit where you see Georgie's arm get bitten off and you see Pennywise's teeth for the first time. Really funny looking. When you see Pennywise pop out of the projector, I wouldn't really say it looked fake, but just something about it just looked utterly ridiculous and just wasn't scary. It came off as more funny to me. There was that one scene where you see Pennywise kind of convulse and turn from Georgie's dead body into Pennywise himself, which was the way that whole scene was kind of filmed, the way the body was moving was very reminiscent of The Thing to me, which I don't know if that was intentional or not, but pretty interesting. But that whole scene too just came off as just funny. And that's the biggest issue with this movie. Even though it really gave a lot of good performances and you care about the characters, the whole portrayal of Pennywise itself came off as way too cheesy, way too over the top, and just, I don't think it was hitting the right notes at all, unfortunately. Good effort by Bill Skarsgård, but it just didn't work. When it comes to Richie's comedic relief, that kind of, although I did enjoy it for the most part there, it did kind of get to the point where the comedy would just became far too predictable in this movie. Just the whole situation of really serious, tragic situation. You get to the end of it, and then just random punchline to add some levity. And it kind of started getting to the point where I could really just predict when Richie was about to talk, or Eddie, either one. And you know what? Comedy in a movie like this should never get to the point of being that predictable. Also, one little gripe is the whole kind of little love triangle thing, and I'm sure this was accurate to the source material, but the little love triangle between the fat kid, Billy, and Beverly. Especially because Billy ends up getting the girl anyway, so I don't really see the point of the love triangle if it adds any kind of tension outside of just you just kind of feel bad for the fat kid, even though he's already been through quite a lot in the movie with the Henry Bowers guy. So maybe that will come into play in the second movie, but it just felt kind of extraneous to me. And also the whole kiss at the end. In a movie that's already struggling and is already really cheesy to begin with, it doesn't really help its case when it ends with the most cliche kiss ever between two tweens. So, once again, maybe that'll play a role in the second movie, but I'd have to say, from what I saw, I'd have to give this movie a solid 5 out of 10. Strong performances, decent movie all around, but the portrayal of Pennywise, the cheesiness, it just definitely kind of got a little more negative for me towards the end. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I like to keep them short and sweet.
and I'll see y'all soon.
Thank you.